What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. You can't make this stuff up. You can't. I mean, this shows you the disconnect that these people have with the regular, real world. With all the stuff that's going on right now, with potentially at least hundreds of thousands of people in Florida, many Floridians for that matter, at least, in danger of losing their homes, losing property, and their lives being endangered by a malicious storm named Milton. With all of these real world things going on, poverty, homelessness, disease, pestilence, hunger, the threat of war, all these real world issues that are affecting real people. This pampered billionaire named Ramon James, the league is already paying you $50 million a year to just put up meaningless stats on a team that's going nowhere. You've turned the Lakers from a proud franchise into one of the great running jokes of today in sports. Jenny Buss has ruined her father's legacy damn near, this recovering 304. And the NBA did your son a favor by drafting him. Okay? You, with your nihilism, performed the greatest nepotism trick ever by drafting someone who doesn't belong in the league. Fine. But all of these things that you get, all of this, you are complaining about flying first class to Milwaukee for a preseason game? So if you don't know what I'm talking about, this guy had the nerve to write yesterday, I think it was, on Twitter, now known as X. Can somebody please explain to me why we're getting on a plane and headed to Milwaukee for one preseason game? First of all, what is it about Milwaukee that draws the ire of so many of these pampered, spoiled millionaires and billionaires? Remember a couple of years ago, Stephen A. Smith was complaining about the finals and why does he have to stay in Milwaukee and Phoenix? Because your job, that's why. It's your job to cover sports. What you want millions and millions of dollars at the expense of them firing long-time ESPN employees, by the way. You want all this fucking money, but you don't want to do your job. Doesn't matter if it's in Miami or New York or LA or if it's in Milwaukee. That's your job. Also, what are you insinuating that someone just said this to me. So what is it, like only what Milwaukee should come to LA? Like we're rewriting rules now about how the NBA works. You fly to the destination which you're going to play. But they got rid of all of these back-to-backs. It ain't like how it was when Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell was playing, when NBA players had to have 25 to 35 back-to-backs during a season. They've expanded the season. They've expanded so that you guys have fewer back-to-backs. They've expanded the All-Star weekend so that you guys have essentially a whole week off. Okay? They implemented rule changes so the game isn't as physical. And you guys still find reason to complain. And it's private. So, these are private first-class flights. You have Kendrick Perkins already spilled the beans on this. These guys get massages, and they probably get massages in other areas that we don't know about, or don't want to know about. You guys get all of the culinary chefs to prepare these exquisite meals for you. You have all of these things at your beckon, and you still find room to complain about something. You don't have to dare mix with the common folk, like that YouTuber that infamously, ratted on you a couple of years ago, how when he was a kid, when he was playing with Cleveland, you told your goons, your Well, I'm not even gonna use that term, but you use your goons to tell those kids to keep away from you, as you put it, keep those little niggers away from me. And you put an emphasis on the ER. This is a so-called black activist. It's your job to go to Milwaukee. That's what you get paid for. I mean, you have the option of driving, but that would take damn near a day, I assume, to get from LA to Milwaukee. Actually, it would take over a day, and that's without any sleep. So, that's for your benefit. Because, the players in the past, they had to fly commercial. They're big 6'9" ass like you, cramped up in a seat, sitting next to some corpulent corporate cocksucker. And I think you don't want to deal with that, So they give you all of these I don't want to say freebies, but they give you all of the you have all of the amenities at your disposal, and you still find a way to complain. Didn't the Celtics play in Abu Dhabi in a preseason game? So what are you complaining about, man? You just find that, you know what? You love to talk about any and everything on your platform, right? Why are you talking about Kale Sunner? Talk about that. Why don't you address Inez Canner and all the stuff he's saying about you? Why we got to do it? And I can't stand you. And I take up for you against Inez Penis Canner. Anyway, I hope the Bucks destroy his team. I hope Giannis put on a show, because you ain't gonna play no defense. That's another thing. You never want to play against Giannis. I noticed too. You never want to play against him. You missed the regular season games. If I'm not mistaken, you missed at least one regular season game, not both of them against Milwaukee. And you're trying to duck the smoke again. I peep it. I know you. You're also trying to find a reason for Brian not to play so you won't be embarrassed. Because another thing too, you don't want to have to run into who you ran away from LA. You know what I'm talking about. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Old Darvin. Try to find any excuse not to go and face your comeuppance, the consequences of your nefarious actions. That's all I got to say about it.